Hey guys, how's it going? Our group's here to make an affirmative action on the case that access to social network accounts for family members should be provisioned after somebody passes away so that the family can take control of the accounts. My name's Chaz Tedesco.
I'm Stephen Taylor.
And I am Abdullah Khan.
Alright, so as we move forward here, I'm messing up the slides already, sorry about that. Here's our introduction. Social media networks have become a growing trend in today's society, and almost everyone has a profile on one of these sites. As these websites continue to emerge themselves into daily society, so should the laws which govern them. Currently, upon death, online profiles remain active, and the only way they can be accessed is through a known password or through hacking the account. As of right now, there's 290,000 Facebook users who will die or have died by 2013. So this is an old statistic. And who should have the rights to the account they have created and the data that they have stored. So basically, what we're looking at here is people who create online social media accounts, and then we're basically looking at the provisioning for what's going to happen to these accounts should they pass away and lose access to it. And we want to make it a firm action that the family should be the beneficiaries or the people who take control of the assets of the account. Our first case we have here is that the provision of privacy for family members. Giving families access to the profiles of the deceased provides them with a sense of privacy. Privacy, as we talked about in class, is considered an ethical right under the ACM Code of Ethics and numerous other ethical theories we spoke about during the class. During the information age, many people take their profiles seriously and they neglect to take action on their right to privacy. For the privacy case here, we found the ACM clause that 1.7, we should respect the privacy of others. It's the responsibility of professionals to maintain privacy and integrity of data that describes the individuals. So based upon this clause, we believe that privacy is a major factor, and that's why families should be able to take control of the profiles to keep things maybe that are public, remove them off online after somebody passes away, or to keep certain things up that they actually want to remember the people by live online. Why is privacy so important? Everything that's posted online becomes part of the public domain and can be absorbed by data aggregators. This basically means that anybody can access this information and use it for whatever they see fit. Right now, there's not really any laws in place governing how the data of the deceased can be used or can be stored in databases, but everyone there are people out there that are getting at it, and we just want to make sure that the families are the ones that take control in the end. So long as data exists, the holding companies should allow access to family members for security reasons, to protect the person's information. Maybe they left their personal information on websites with their credit card information, and this should be taken control of by the family to ensure that it's not going to be get into the wrong hands and used maliciously. Example of this are people who leave hurtful messages on profiles without the access, families can't have them removed. So should somebody pass away, people can post whatever they want on their profile, and as long as somebody can't sign into that account, then there's no way to remove it. So families are kind of left like looking at these hurtful things, and they really have nothing they can do to stop it other than contacting one of the companies such as Facebook and requesting it be removed. Data companies take control of the information and assets unbeknownst to the family. So basically, data aggregators take control of the information and use it, for profiling, whatever they're going to use it for, without the family knowing, or without a proper party that's authorized by the person who died to take control of the information. And also, people's personal information can become compromised and fall into malicious hands. As I mentioned earlier, people could steal, credit card information or other personal things that could, come back to the family and cause harm to people.
All right, so social network solutions. Social networks such as Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and LinkedIn, specifically used in the business world, should allow users to authorize family members to take control of their accounts should they pass on. Companies should treat profiles as assets which rightfully belong to the family after the owner has been deceased. The company's ethical responsibility. The company hosting the deceased person's information is ultimately accountable for anything that should happen on it, good or bad. They have the right to choice of how to handle the user's information. And not only if it stays or goes, but if it should even be an option. Should family members inherit information like assets, they need to get it. It has to go through. An end case should be a mandatory decision instead of an overlooked option. Many companies do not even offer an option upon death, and even fewer show regular use. There's a couple websites out there that have a clause of, do you want us to keep your account up after you die, or have it deleted after like a certain amount of time? But that's not even the most common option. It doesn't get used, or like Facebook, they turn it into a memorial service. They want to keep it up. Some people just want it gone completely and see it as personal privacy. An active profile will always generate more revenue than a deleted one, and companies will try and keep information as long as they can, regardless of the family's choice. The ACM clause that I associated with this was 3.3, acknowledge and support proper and authorized uses of an organization's computing and communication resources. The leadership has the responsibility to clearly define appropriate and inappropriate uses of organizational computing resources, which relates to how the company is ethically responsible for all of their users' data.
Abdullah, you here?
Yeah.
Do you want to take this one? Go ahead.
So memories of family members remain. After a loved one passes away, their Facebook profile is still active, which means that notifications are still on and people can still send birthday wishes on one's timeline, even if they're still dead. This saddens one's close family members and friends, which may lead to depression and a psychological effect to one. And a ACM clause which states about avoid harm to others. And it says that harm means injury or negative consequences such as undesirable loss of information, loss of property, property damage, or unwanted environmental impacts. Well-intended actions, including those that accomplish assigned duties, may lead to harm unexpectedly. So harming one's feelings is stated from this clause because you shouldn't harm one's feelings. Also,
sorry, go ahead. Go ahead, you can finish up.
Also, one of the theories of ethics that we've brought up that underlines our argument is the act of utility. Should I redo it?
No, it's alright, don't worry about it, it's fine. I'll take this last one here. Based upon the ethical theories we've been learning in class, the one we found that most embodies this whole topic here is active utilitarianism. Based upon our case review for families getting access to deceased social profiles, we found the theory of active utilitarianism to most accurately reflect our case. This theory focuses on happiness of all affected and weighs its decision over what will produce the most happiness for the greatest amount of people. So basically what they're saying is that under this theory, the most just acts will be the ones which will help people the most. So that's why we chose active utilitarianism here. Allowing users to specify who takes control of their profiles after death in coherence with the company infrastructure, which allows this act to take place, will make for a happier society overall, and it will give people more control over how the data of their loved ones is affected and how they are affected from that. With that said, here's our initial case. We wanted to make it we're for companies and people gaining access to their families' information, and making a more secure internet, a more secure infrastructure going forward that can be used to govern the internet and how people conduct themselves online. With that said, I'd like to thank you guys for listening to our presentation here, and we're looking forward to seeing the other side of the case. Thank you.